TTN-HD Production Live, here with Nicholas Kinsey, the filmmaker behind Leatha Acidents, which is premiering at TIFF in a few days. How are you feeling right now, Nicholas?
Very well, very well. We'll see how it goes on Monday night, but we have an excellent time slot, which is 6 p.m. on the 12th, Monday night. So it's great to have that access to an evening screening. Yeah.
Absolutely. And can you tell me what your story is about? It looks like a dark comedy here.
Leatha Acidents is originally based on a script by Robert Fleet, who's a writer-actor in Los Angeles, and the original script was called My Best Friend's Deception. And at Cannes in 2007, I met Robert for the first time, and we were looking for a comedy script. We already had Killing Ruth, which was another movie we wanted to produce, but we wanted to put two films together. So we bought the script, and then we adapted it, and eventually what happens is we had to change the title. The title was too long and cumbersome, and because of the story, we changed it to Leatha Accidents, which is the lethal accidents misspelled on a cake that somebody gives to one of the ladies in the movie. Okay. So it's the story of two housewives living in the suburbs, and they're both kind of tired of their husbands, and they plot to kill their husbands. Okay, and Kristen Wallace plays Jessica, Virginia Leigh plays Fran, and they're a perfect combination together. There's real chemistry on screen, and so it's quite a good little comedy. Small budget, shot over 4 weeks. We shot in 35, and it took us 2 years to finish it. But it's a nice little script, and it's got a nice feel to it, and I think it's a very commercial product.
Great. And two women killing their husbands, that's very interesting and scary. Do you know what the writing inspiration was, or was it based on a story at all, or just completely fictional?
Oh, it's completely fictional. I don't know why Robert wrote that. I think he wrote it as a play originally. And but we were looking for scripts, comedy scripts, that could be shot on a relatively low budget. And everything we looked at in Canada, you know, it had helicopters, crowd scenes, you know, and as you move across Canada towards the west coast, the scripts get to be more and more expensive and more crowd scenes. So we were looking for something small and funny, and this script really was fantastic. Basically, I co-wrote it with Robert. We had to change one of the characters in the middle of the script and modify that a little bit, adapt it to Canada for the, and turn the bad guy into a postman, you know, hitman postman. So, and then the casting went very well. We cast here in Toronto, and in New York we had Daniel Thomas come in from New York to play the hitman, and well, you know, it's very down to earth, you know. Two women trying to kill their husbands, look up, you know, a known hitman in the neighborhood, you know, that kind of thing. So it's, and Daniel Thomas is fantastic in the role as the bad guy. He's sleazy as sleazy can be, and so it works very well. I think we were lucky too in the way the editing went. We really didn't have any problems, and practically everything we shot is on the screen. So, which is quite. Sometimes it's when you cut a film, you want to move it along faster. Oh, we did move the grocery store scene, a little closer to the head, right off the top, because it's a very good scene, comic scene, between Fran, who's a sophisticated salesman for you know, a perfume company, makeup, you know, and she meets with the grocery store demonstrator, played by Jessica, and basically saves her life, you see. So so we did move that scene a little closer to the head of the film to you know, to get the film going.
But for the most part, it's all
yes, everything
within
we
the
shot,
script.
pretty much, yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about Killing Ruth?
Killing Ruth was a script that I wrote in 2005, I think, and I tried to finance it in Canada, went to Germany, wrote 2 scripts. One was a script where Ruth would actually be a British woman, because we were hoping to finance that in Wales. And then we tried to finance it in Germany too, and then we came back to Canada and we made it here on a lower budget thing. And it's basically the dialogue between a hit woman, a low rent hit woman, if you like, with a shoe fetish. And the film starts out with Ruth entering a nursing home. She kills a woman by strangling her, and then starts up a conversation with the woman next door, in the bed next door, who thinks she's an angel because she hears the drama next door, you see. So, and that woman's played by Dee Wallace, who was the mother in E.T. Excellent actress, very high-level actress, and then Ruth discovers that her dad, at the beginning of the film, discovers her dad was a hitman, and he dies right off the top, you see, and she discovers that there's this bail bonds guy who is running, you know, contracts with her dad, and the bail bonds guy is played by Kevin Jackson. He's an American actor who was in Hero with Dustin Hoffman and major movies. So we were quite lucky to on a small budget film, to have excellent actors. Kevin is excellent in the picture, and Dee is fantastic. So we had the screening at the Montreal Film Festival, and they were really, the crowd was really impressed by the acting quality.
Great. So killing seems to be a very common theme for you.
Well, I hadn't thought of that aspect, but it's I don't know, it just happened. It happened that year that we shot these 2 movies back to back, you see. Killing Ruth was 6 weeks of shooting, and then we went right into this second picture, and I'm quite happy how it worked out, actually.
So your Leatha Acidents is screening on Monday here at TIFF, and is that at the Lightbox?
That's at the Toronto Underground Cinema.
Okay.
On Spadina.
Okay, perfect.
And 6 p.m. So we're expecting quite a crowd of because the 2 main actresses come from Toronto. Okay. And there'll be quite a few people to that screening. So.
Wonderful. Okay, and where can we buy tickets for that?
I think it's directly at the cinema, you know. Okay. I'm not quite sure how it works.
Do you have a website where we can check out upcoming work?
Yes, it's the distribution website. It's www.CARLTONFILMS.com, CARLTON, CARLTONFILMS.com. And we had the films up on that. Okay. Carlton's the distributor, Canadian distributor, which Carlton's going to release the picture in November in 8 cities across Canada. So,
wonderful, great. Well,
this is like the premiere that we're doing now.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Nicholas, and best of luck at the festival.
Thank you.
I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for TTN-HD Production.